Oh, look at that. I'm like wearing my hipster sock monkey sock kind of things today. They're hipster ones because they're green. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glaciercano here today for the special, fabled, foretold Q&A of legend that is for the 25,000 subscriber mark. And I'd like to start off by saying, thank you guys, it's amazing. I don't really know what to say generally because I'm not very good at interaction in general, as you can possibly tell, but that's amazing. It's amazing to have 25,000 subscribers. I never really thought that it would get this big, but at the same time, I kind of did. I don't know. Because you always have that hope and like the ambition in your heart, and you're just like, well, things could happen. Who knows? And so, I have a bunch of stuff written on my hand, because I want to make sure that I have everything written down and knowledgeable. Because, you know, I don't really have things written down in my head right now, which I probably should have. Just get a chisel and just like, okay, it's there. But this video is going to have a lot of jump cuts, as you can probably tell, because, you know, Q&A format. And that's pretty much it. Let's get down to business, and I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. Because I know that's kind of the thing that happens with me around. And I forgot to mention something that I forgot to write on my hand, and it is that all these questions are not really in any particular order. I just screenshotted the comment section and just like cut and pasted things together, so it's just gonna be a really random order. That's what I'll have to say. Anyway, let's get to things. The first question is, where did you get your sword? Or your typical Q&A YouTuber question, mic and recording setup, but I'm more interested in the sword because I know setups already. Well, this is my sword. The Master Sword. Look at that gleam. You know, it's a good thing that I have my window partially, like, uncurtained, but yeah, Master Sword. I got it from Supply Sergeant in West Edmonton Mall. And they don't really sell these anymore, like this specific one, you know, because look at that hilt. If that's the right term for it, right? I don't know. I don't know anything about swords, but this is a beautiful sword, the Master Sword. And yeah, like I was really sad because I went back there at one point. I'm just like, oh, I wonder what if they have more of them and so on. And the thing about that is that they do have other ones that are very similar, of course, like the Master Sword style, but the bottom is like metal? I don't know, it just doesn't look the same, and I was very disappointed when I went back there. I'm just like, well, I guess at the same time I'm not disappointed because nobody else will ever have this specific sword, as far as I know. There's probably some out there, but whatever. And yeah, it was like $100, so pretty good for a sword, I think. Also, I forgot to mention about the Master Sword. That's... Well, that has just happened. I knew that was going to happen at least once during this. Wow. But also, as I was going to say about the Master Sword, is that this one that I have specifically is, I believe it's like the one from Wind Waker, because it's blue. And the true Master Sword, in my opinion, you know, because there are the blue version, there's the purple version, I think there's a red version. There's a lot of different versions in the games. Purple is the regular one, I think, and the normal. The legendary Master Sword of Legend redundancies. That one is blue, so it's like the Wind Waker one. That's what I have to say. Or like the 8-bit one or something. But other than that, for my mic, this mic here is Audio-Technica AT2020. And the rest of the recording setup I have down there, it's not that important. It's just a hoppage, however you want to say it. I really don't know still. HD PVR2, and I feed it to my computer. So, still, it's fairly normal. The second question is, Kano, what kind of headphones do you use for Xbox One? Well, I actually planned for this, and these are the ones that I bought. I think they were like 140, 170, I don't know, but they're the Ear Force 7, XO 7, Turtle Beach. I don't remember exactly what they're called, because there's so many names for these things. But the main reason I wanted headphones for Xbox One, these are also like a headset thing, so you can plug in the mic there. I don't have it in because I don't really talk to people on Xbox Live, as you can possibly tell. And yeah, because I just wanted to be able to hear what's going on in the game without having a delay through my PVR, because it's kind of annoying. Because I don't want to put my speakers on ever. And also, but still, the main reason that I love it now is that it has a little connector. See that little connector thing? You can plug any kind of headphones into that. So I just have my good kind of headphones here. The Audio-Technica... No, yeah, because that's AT2020. This is AT-HM50. That's what the headphones are, yeah. These are fairly standard. Like, a lot of people actually own these things, and they're amazing. For 200 bucks, these are way better than the Beats that are like 400. I don't understand why people are just like, oh yeah, the Beats headphones. They're okay for listening to music, actually doing any sort of work, you know, like, what do you call that? Doing production for, like, radio stuff, and, you know, of course, just messing around with YouTube. These are way better, because, I mean, they don't just add bass for no apparent reason, and it makes no sense. But yeah, I can just plug any kind of headphones into that, and it's amazing. And I can just watch Blu-rays on my Xbox One with having headphones on. It's the best thing ever. Oh, man. My screen just went off. Question 3 is, are you a fan of Digimon? Are you excited for Digimon Adventure Try? I'm sorry, I've never actually really watched Digimon. I think I watched it, like, once. Probably, like, how long has it been around? Has it been around since, like, 2000... The year 2000? I don't remember. Or 1999? Because, I mean, if it was around in 1999 or 1998, that's probably the last time and the first time I watched it, and never again. I don't know. I watched Pokemon. I just happened to be wearing this shirt. But yeah, I watched Pokemon a bunch back then, but Digimon, I like watched one thing, I'm just like, this is just a ripoff of Pokemon. I'm not watching this, but I don't know. I might look at it nowadays if I ever find it online or something, I don't know. Digimon might be interesting. Who knows? The next question is, who is your favorite Let's Player? Aside from yourself, of course. XP. That's like my interpretation of the smiley. It's impossible to do. But I love that he actually put in brackets, aside from yourself, because I totally would have just been like, yeah, my favorite Let's Player is just myself. But, or, like, you know, Search Hunter. Search Hunter is just the best. Obviously. Search Hunter. But more serious answers to this question, I would probably say, like, I mean, I usually don't like to talk about other channels just because, you know, like, I don't want to say you can go over there instead of watching my stuff, because, I mean, I have a lot of videos now, and I mean, I doubt most people have watched everything. I mean, there are some series that I just go like, oh, why'd I do this? But I don't know, there's still quite a bit of good content on my channel. But other than that, I would just like to say, and also because it's hard to pick out one individual person, but I would probably answer it, even though he's not technically a Let's Player, I would say Total Biscuit, because he was always one of my favorite YouTubers, and I love his voice. I absolutely love his voice. It's amazing. And he was one of the reasons I just kind of like started up my YouTube channel, because I'm just like, you know what? Total Biscuit, he has a pretty cool voice. I like the way he does things. Maybe. Oh yeah, that was actually my original inspiration for just like making like random series like Retro Time that failed horribly. Or you could say worked perfectly. It worked perfectly in a sense that it worked to be a series that I didn't really care about and nobody else did. That's a perfect thing. Perfect. Perfect! I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but yeah, Total Biscuit. He's pretty cool. He kills aliens and doesn't afraid of anything. Just like Halo. Speaking of my shirt, question 5, what is your favorite Pokemon game? And then the other thing on this question is, what's your favorite Halo game? My favorite Pokemon game, that's hard to say. Like, the first Pokemon game that I actually like went through and played a ton of is Diamond, yeah. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, like series, well not series, but like, it was Generation 4, yeah. But my favorite, I think, would have to be Gen 5. Even though everybody's just like, oh yeah, Gen 5 was terrible. It's actually really good. I'm amazed by it. It had the best story. That's one thing. And then, like, it actually had pretty good Pokemon that came in. But at the same time, they're just like, that was the same generation that had Garbodor and the ice cream Pokemon and whatever else. They had a lot of bad Pokemon in that generation. But they had a lot of good ones, like Krokorok. And, well, Crocodile, which is the final evolution of him. But it's my favorite Pokemon pretty much now, and it's amazing. Other than, you know, I mean, I like my Squirtle and, like, Blastoise and stuff. I don't know why I'm putting it into just my favorite Pokemon in general, but... I mean, other than Crocodile, I think my favorite Pokemon going throughout all of history, when I did play a tiny bit back in the day of, like, Pokemon Red and Blue or whatever, I pretty much always went with Squirtle, because Squirtle's amazing. And also, in this question was, what is your favorite Halo game? I would just say Halo 4. Because Halo 4, I absolutely love the multiplayer. For campaign-wise, Reach. Reach is the best. But just overall, as an entire package, I wish I had something just like as a package I could grab my contacts, but that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Halo 4. Amazing. And probably Halo 5 is going to be my favorite when it comes out, so... That's usually the way my favorites in terms of series goes, just like whatever's the newest. Question 6. What is your favorite color of the alphabet? 7. Yes, that's a legitimate answer to that kind of thing. Question 7. Why don't you do Halo 4 videos very often anymore? You should do some more often. And, like, the first time I read this question, I kind of laughed a little bit because I think it was right before the week where I'm just like, hey, ask me questions, ask me anything, blah, 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 blah. I uploaded 3 Halo 4 videos in, like, a week and a half. I don't know. I think it was, like, around that. And I'm just like, yeah, I've just uploaded a bunch of Halo 4 videos, but I guess it is a fair question, considering, like, they've been kind of irregular. I mean, I just have a Halo video per week. And I guess if it's one's Halo 4, then the next is Reach, and then it goes back to Halo 4, it's kind of like a little bit of a... There's a distance between them all, so... I don't know. I've had a hard time keeping up with things because of, you know, college and stuff. But now that summer, I'm going to try to keep doing Halo 4 for the most part, I guess. I still don't know. There's no real good answer to this question, I don't think. But I try to have one per week, and that's good. And now we're on to the question that I knew was going to happen. Why is terrorism engulfing the nation? Well, that is totally because of the fact that ISIS is a terrible thing, and they like to eat a lot of popsicles because they're in the desert. Are they in the desert? I don't think that's true. Let's say that they are in the desert, because all terrorists live in the desert. And they live in their caves, and they like to have a lot of, like, video games in there. That's all they do. It's essentially a man cave, but, you know, it's a real cave. But there's a lot of men in it, so, you know, that's another term for a man cave, too. But that's a thing. The next question is, what is your favorite thing to do outside of YouTube? That's a hard question to answer because a lot of what I do, like, in my spare time, because I know that even, well, it was when I was going to university at the time before I, like, dropped out and went to college instead, because college is easier and radio's better than computing sciences. I just have to say that. But I don't know, like, a lot of the times that's all I would do is just, I make videos or I'm watching something on YouTube. That's the main thing of what I do. But recently, I've been just, like, rewatching Doctor Who. That's one of the things I've been doing. Also, I have, like, I found out, like, oh yeah, I went to Movie World. It's like plugging for Movie World because they have a monopoly of, like, movie rentals nowadays, pretty much. I don't know. But I rented, like, all the Iron Man movies. And I just watched them all within 24 hours. I'm just like, I regret nothing. Because Iron Man, it's an amazing series of 3 movies, which are probably never going to make a 4th. Because, I mean, they say Tony Stark will return, but Tony Stark is just returning in things like The Avengers and Captain America Civil War and stuff like that. But Iron Man 3, the ending of the movie, just basically is just like, yeah, this is the end of the trilogy. And that's it's going to be. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really do much other than just play video games here and there. I try to go outside every once in a while, but, you know, I just look at it through my window, look at the birds and go, you know what, those are pretty cute birds. I'm not going to go out there, though. I'm just going to keep staying inside and watching YouTube videos, playing video games, and renting a bunch of movies now. So I guess that's a reason to go outside, renting movies, and also because I have a Miss Pac-Man machine in there. That's crazy. I'm just amazed. I'm amazed that movie rental places still exist, and it's an awesome thing. Also, if you haven't noticed, like, the entire time I've been looking at the little, like, viewfinder on my camera, not at the lens, but try to ignore that, Because, I mean, it's just one of those days. I'm just like, ooh. Also, because I'm trying to check the lighting, because the lighting's terrible in here. Oh, man, this is a question that had... There's, like, a lot of different questions in this section that were very similar to this. I don't know if I could group them all on the screen at once or something, but it's essentially, will you play Halo 4 with subscribers? There was another one of just, like, will you play... Now with, like, the 25,000 mark, you're gonna play Halo 4, play Halo with subscribers, blah, blah, blah. I'll try? I know that I did. I can put a link to a video here that I played with subscribers a while ago. That was like 2 years. But, I mean, I'll try to play more. I'll try, but, I mean, it's difficult because my internet sucks, for one. Number two, I'll put that on the other hand. It's like peace, man. But I'm just like a very antisocial person, and I don't know, I just don't really do much like that. I like to play games alone with other people, which is kind of the strange thing. Because I mean, I like to play multiplayer, but I mean, I don't like to talk to people. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. I'll try to play with more people, but I have no guarantees. This is another, like, the first part of this question is one that was coming up in the section a lot as well. I didn't want to answer this question to begin with, but I think I have to now. And it is essentially, how'd you get your channel name? Like, what's Glaciercano? You know, all those things. I'd like to start off by saying, please don't sue me, Old Spice. I love your products. I have, like, your body wash right down there. I mean, we could work together. We don't have to be adversaries. It's all good. But there was this one video. It's still up on the Old Spice channel, which is not good. I wish they would take it down just because they just should not remember that they should never remember that they ever said the name Glaciercano. And so what happened is that Isaiah Mustafa, there was like a contest to like win Super Bowl tickets, probably, I think it was back in 2011, and he phones up this guy named Chris. He's just like, oh, Chris, you win these Super Bowl tickets, but then like there's partially things happening in between, and he's just like, oh no, I'm sorry, I have to leave right now because I have to go save a bunch of orphans that are trapped and getting attacked by this glacier geologically morphing into the world's largest active volcano. I'm surprised I actually got that in one take. Because, I mean, I'm totally doing takes here. Action! And so on, but, yeah. And he said, like, Glaciercano and blah, blah, and I'm just like, you know what? Glaciercano's a pretty cool name. I'm gonna try to use that for stuff. And be the first one to do things, and now I'm going to say, this is a property that anybody can have. Well, no, not really, but you know how Nintendo before was saying, like, back when originally Nintendo was coming out, and they had, like, the NES, and they're just like, no, 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 consoles are not called Nintendos, because they don't want to lose their rights to the name Nintendo. Well, let's not do that. I don't know. Old Spice, please don't sue me. That's all I have to say. Please don't sue me. I love your products. The second and more portions of this question that was there, how old are you? I am 21. Come on. That was close. I think, yeah, that should work. But yeah, 21. I am an adult everywhere in the world, as far as I know. I think 21 is generally the number. Even though I don't act like an adult. And also I can't count, apparently. It's like double peace signs. I'm gonna be turning 22 in a while, so... Oh, yeah, you're supposed to do it that way, because if you do it that way, that's offensive to people in the UK. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I still think that's funny with Left 4 Dead that they had to change the cover, because, you know, they have to have the peace sign now. Which it looks really weird, but I guess... And then if it's Left 4 Dead 3, if that ever comes out... That's what they should just do, on the cover. Because... For various reasons. Nothing in particular. No, no. The next portion of the same question, which is still very long. Do you have a car? Well... Hey look, it's a car, and it's really dusty, and so on. The main reason I came in here, though, is just to grab my Uno, because I forgot about it. That's the most important thing. And what is your favorite Q&A? I don't know. I don't really care about Q&As, so... I don't know. Can I say my own? Can I say my own Q&A? I'm gonna say that. This is my favorite Q&A. I'm going to like and favorite my own video like 20 times. I'm going to make like 50 accounts just to like it and favorite it 20 times. The other 30 accounts, they're just going to be for waste, but I need to make 50 accounts just to do nothing with. Okay? That's my plan. But yeah, this is my favorite Q&A. Can you even favorite things on YouTube anymore? I don't remember. I haven't favorited a video in a long time. I know you can add them to playlists and share them, but I don't really know about favorites. I'm a terrible person. Question number 12. This isn't really 12, but this is the 12th comment. Will you create a temporary loadout using the noob combo? I think it would make for a hilarious comedic episode. I couldn't say comedic for a second there. But maybe I should probably write that on my whiteboard and make it on the list, because maybe. I know that the noob combo, specifically, I'm guessing in Halo 4, it's not very good. It doesn't work very well, at least. You have to get really close to somebody, you know, to be able to get the... Because you can't really... The plasma pistol, it doesn't curve and just, like, lock onto people quite as well in Halo 4. So it just doesn't work, man. I'd try it, and I probably will in, like, over the course of next year. I don't know. But it doesn't work very well, it seems like, in Halo 4. In Halo 2, that's the whole reason that people did it. The plasma pistol just locks onto everything. Same with, like, the needler. Just the way that things home on to people in Halo 2 is the best. But the worst at the same time. It's just like, well, I'm getting hit by a needler from around the corner. Ah, Bungie! I think there were multiple questions with this kind of thing in it. I don't know, I'll have to look through it afterward, but... What do you do for a living? P.S. You have a golden voice and you should be more popular than you are. But I mean, this is the comment to be going through first with it, because it ties in with a golden voice. But what I do for a living, technically, right now, I don't really do anything because it's summertime, and I was just like, I just finished my college thing for the most part, other than the practicum. I'm in radio. I did the first 3 semesters. The 4th semester is the practicum, where you actually go out to a radio station and, you know, you're basically an intern. And with that, I don't really know what I want to do in radio, but I want to do something. I originally wanted to do, like, on-air stuff. And I mean, like, I could be an announcer. I just say, like, that was Maroon 5. And, it's pretty awesome and stuff. And the lighting just changed all of a sudden. But... And that's what I would be saying while I'm on the radio, because, like, I'd be having a window to the streets, and then it just changes, you know, there's a cloud that goes by, and I'm just like, whoa! There was a cloud there! There's some cumulonimbus clouds coming in, and I'm concerned. Meteorology at its finest. And stuff, but... Yeah, but currently right now, I'm just doing YouTube stuff during the summer, so... Yeah. It's amazing. What is your favorite color? Blue. Or if we're going to go like more in depth with it, light blue. Glaciercano blue. Or, if you're in German, hellblau. Comment number 15. What is your favorite Halo campaign and what is your favorite part of it? Halo Reach, as I mentioned earlier, is my favorite, and probably my favorite part of it is just like everything dealing with, was it the 4th level, I think? I don't remember, but... You know, you blast off into space, you go around and use, you know, it's like the space combat, which is something they really need to do in Halo more often, because it's amazing. I just smacked my mic a little bit again, while my voice died. But, yeah, for the most part, Halo Reach, during that one portion, and the entire level, because, like, at the very end where, like, George dies, you're just like, oh, and stuff, that entire level is just amazing. I think that might actually be a level and a half. I don't know. Maybe 2 levels. I don't remember. But it was amazing. The next comment. What do you prefer, Xbox One or PlayStation? Halo or Call of Duty? Do you plan to host games with subscribers? Oh man, I probably should have just went one at a time. But yeah, the first one. Prefer Xbox One or PlayStation? I don't know why Xbox One or PlayStation. That seems like a very strange thing to ask. Or just like... Because Xbox One is terrible. PlayStation as a whole of like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4 would obviously be better, but just Xbox One's terrible. I don't really like it, other than the fact the controller is actually really good. I did not like it originally, because, I mean, it's harder to do the claw technique that I like to hold buttons like that sometimes when I'm fighting and playing Halo, because then you can jump pressing A while moving your control stick and being able to fire at the same time. So, I mean, it's like, it's the best of every world. It's amazing. You don't need to have bumper jumper when you can just, like, do the claw. But also because the bumpers are a little bit weird. That one, it's hard to hit the left bumper and hold it down, but other than that, the controller's amazing, specifically the sticks. If I could have these sticks on an Xbox 360 controller, that would be the best thing ever made. Somebody mod that, and I'll buy like 2,000 of them. I don't know how I'll get that money, but I'll find the way. I'll finance it through China. I can probably get a loan from them. They're giving loans to everybody these days, right? The other thing I just want to say about Xbox One before I switch off of that is that I just don't like the way the system is laid out. Like, the Xbox 360 is basically perfect. Perfect. But Xbox One is just really sluggish. The achievement systems don't really work very well. The friend system, it's hard to do parties and stuff on Xbox One, and it just bothers me. Once they fix the internal stuff of Xbox One, it's probably going to be my next favorite console. Other than, of course, Wii U, because the Wii U is amazing. But Xbox One in its current state is not good, and nobody should accept it as being good and say that it's good, because we all know it isn't. And therefore, at least at this current point in time, PlayStation would probably be better, but everything's still better than Xbox One, including previous generations of Xbox. 360, even the Xbox original is probably better than the Xbox One, but the Xbox 360 when it first came out was terrible too, with the blades. The blades were not good. But the Xbox 360 now, this operating system, whatever you want to call it, brilliant. Halo or Call of Duty? I'd say Halo, obviously. I mean, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I've always played more Halo, of course, and I just love Halo because it's just, you know, you don't die in like one hit, but Call of Duty, not too bad. They just make way too many games of it. Do you plan to host games with subscribers? I mean, still, I already did! The link to the same video! But I'll try to do more. Now, the most important question in this section, though, is P.S. What is your strategy for gaining confidence in any aspect of your life? And I know it's really cliche, but fake it till you make it. Because, I mean, if you fake confidence, I mean, it eventually does grow on you a little bit, and I mean, I'm not a very confident person, but I mean, I kind of pretend I do have a bit of confidence, but at the same time, I don't, because I find that if I'm too confident with things, that's a bit overbearing, I don't know. And I mean, I like to be not very confident, if that makes any sense. It doesn't, but you gotta have a mix of both things. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't want to be overconfident, because I mean, if you're overconfident, then the people will invade from the north, which I guess at this point are Russians. Always gotta avoid that, because I mean, they're gonna take over the top portion of Canada, and then they'll eventually take over the US, and then China's gonna be very upset, because if anybody takes over the US, then what happens to China? China owns the US, so yeah. There's a lot of debt. A lot of debt. How is this question turning into just random musings that are completely falsified? Because I like to just make things up partially. But they're partially true. Also, just in terms of being like confident for things and just like, you know, if you have a little bit less self-confidence or whatever, I'd say just like try to be the best person you can be, of your best version of yourself that you can be. Another very big cliche, but I mean it's true, because I mean if you feel good about yourself, then that's confidence in and of itself, isn't it? So yeah, like that's one of the reasons to like work out and eat healthy and stuff, you know? Just try to feel good about yourself. I don't know. It's true. If the camera is somewhere in a slightly different position than it was before, oh well, because battery life sucks. Comment, question, thingamabobber number 17. Are you going to play Destiny again? I would like to. This is more of a question for Search Hunter, because I mean, I only want to play it with him, really. That's the whole reason I bought the game. And he hasn't been on Xbox for a while, so go bother him. Seriously, though, just go. Do I have his email? I don't have it on hand, but I mean, otherwise I'd put it on the screen and just be like, you should go email Surge Hunter and just bother him a ton. And then maybe he'll go and fix his ways of doing things on Xbox 360. Because, I mean, we could play more Destiny again. We could play more GTA. I actually have a little bit more of the recordings in GTA Online. Probably should upload that. You know, there's things that can happen, but bother Surge Hunter. The next question, Team Chief or Team Locke? And that will always be Team Chief because, I mean, I watched Nightfall. I believe that's what it's called, right? Nightfall, and it was pretty good. I liked Locke in that. I mean, he's very straightforward. He does what he has to, you know, get the job done and whatever. And I mean, I think that's very admirable. But Master Chief, I mean, he's always going to be the staple and the series icon. So I don't know why you would go against him for the most part. So that's why everybody, pretty much everybody that I've heard of is just like, yeah, Team Chief. And I agree with them. Is there a possibility you'll start featuring Forge maps from Halo? Oh man, there was a guy that messaged me, I don't remember how many months ago, but he was just like, hey, do you want to just like play this like platforming map thing that I made in Forge? Blah, 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 blah. Look at my file share, etc. And I was thinking like, yeah, well, maybe I'll do it. So once I get time for just, well, I mean, I do sort of have time to do it, 'cause still it's summer. Yeah, I'll probably just like mess around at some point, maybe. I don't know. Maybe on Halo 5, I might want to try on Halo 4 or something. I don't know. A lot of these questions are I don't know, and I'm terrible. This next question seems like it will probably be a bit difficult to answer. How do you describe the Halo experience? The gameplay, the history, the characters? How have you found the Halo franchise? You know, and then it goes on to other stuff, but oh man, I think that it's amazing. I don't know, like, Halo is the best shooter that I've played since still, you know, well, all of this decade, all of the Halo series, because I still love the fact that, you know, you can get shot a bunch and you can still like, oh no, I'm getting shot from behind, I'll turn around and just like jump and then like shoot a bunch and then melee and stuff, and it, you know, it's pretty cool. You can do a lot of crazy things. And, you know, you don't really get that with a lot of other shooters. So, that's what I think of that, sort of. But, I mean, there are a few other shooters out there that are somewhat similar that, I mean, you get a few shots on you, and you just keep going. So, I don't know why, but I'm just like, I was thinking about Time Splitters today, and I don't know, like, I need to find out, like, a way of getting that game. Because, I mean, I think it was only on, like, PS2 and, like, original Xbox? I think it might have been on original Xbox. If it was on original Xbox, I could probably find it. It'd probably be worth like $200 by now. Because that game doesn't exist anymore. The whole Time Splitters franchise. And I don't remember who makes it either, but I don't know. That was a pretty good series. I liked it. I don't know why it always just like, I'm going off track so much. And about how I found the Halo franchise, I'm guessing this is just like how I literally found it. Essentially what happened is that like I was always a Nintendo guy. All I have is Nintendo consoles, and I went over to a friend's house, and he had an Xbox, like the original Xbox, and Halo 2. And he's just like, hey, want to play Halo 2? And I'm just like, yeah, I'll play this shooter, it looks cool. So, like, I went around, and I just, like, picked up needlers, and I just started shooting a bunch, and I'm just like, oh man, this is, like, the best thing ever. And my eye is twitching a ton, and it really bothers me. But yeah, obviously I was just like, my eye was twitching while I was playing the game, obviously, because I'm just like, oh, it's so good. But yeah, so I was playing Halo 2 at a friend's house, and that's pretty much how I found the series. And I was really confused, because I think that was the first time I ever played with 2 sticks. I'm just like, what? But then, like, after one match, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is easy. Why does everybody complain about doing things with 2 sticks? It makes no sense. So, yeah, that's how I found Halo. And it was amazing from that point on, because Halo 3 came out, I think, a year or 2 after that. So I got into the Halo series really late. And when Halo 3 came out, everybody was raging about it. It's like, oh! Like, still raging as in, because they were just like, they're angry and happy and everything at the same time, because they're dying a bunch of times online. And it was great. It was absolutely great. It was weird for going from Halo 2 to Halo 3, because I'm just like, I like to play in vehicles a lot. How come you have to press the right bumper to get in now? This is weird. But, yeah. Halo 3 was amazing, and then afterwards, when I eventually got an Xbox 360, I'm just like, I'm getting Halo. This is the whole reason to get an Xbox 360, is for Halo and GTA. Everything else is good enough on my Wii U. Wii U wasn't back around back then, obviously, but Nintendo consoles, they're fine. I like them and their games, and there's enough third-party support to help me through things. But it's just Halo and GTA. Those are the main reasons that I ever bothered with, like, Xbox. And now I'm happy that I actually went into it, because Halo's amazing. And then this next portion is, like, do you think he'll make videos with other YouTubers? Example, Ready Up Live, Green Skull, or someone? If the opportunity arises, sure. I mean, I think it's funny that you mentioned, like, Ready Up Live. Well, specifically, like, you know, it's Ready Up, that portion of it, because, you know, Ready Up, 15 inches of pleasure, or pain, depending on where you put it. That's a pretty old joke, but it still works. And I made fun of Ready Up a lot of times without actually knowing what it was. So, it's apparently company as well. It's apparently a company. Mine and Surge Hunter's crazy, outlandish idea of sex toys that we randomly found. And also, it's like soft drinks, whatever else we were thinking of, I don't know, but Ready Up. I'm really going off topic, aren't I? I would consider it. I don't know. I'm not that big of a channel, and I don't really get noticed, so somebody would have to come to me for the most part, I think. I don't know how it works. Comment number 20! First video game you've ever played. This is a question that's actually kind of difficult in a way, because I'd usually say that the first game I've ever played was Donkey Kong 64 on the Nintendo 64. Because, you know, that's like the first game and console I've ever owned. But I think I looked this up the other day, that I think that the first thing I ever played, I don't actually know what game it is. I should have looked up, like, random shooter, action, adventure things, and racing games on PlayStation, like, original. I don't want to say PS1, because PS1 was actually a different console than PlayStation. Because they re-released it in, like, 2001, was the PS1? And then, like, the PS2 came out, like, right after it. But I think, like, the PlayStation original thing, it was around in, like, 1997 or 1998 or something like that. And I was, like, 4 years old, 3 years old or something, I don't know. I'd also have to look up something else, because, I mean, there is another way of figuring out how old I exactly was at the time, but I was very young and I was playing on PlayStation, and it was just like some shooter game that I thought was James Bond. I don't know. I know that the, like, GoldenEye, I couldn't, well, I mean, I could play it, but I mean, I didn't. Everybody upstairs was playing N64. We were in the basement of, like, me and my sisters, and we were playing PlayStation, and we were just playing random games that they had. And there was, like, this one racing game where we got stuck in a tunnel, and there was some other, like, shooting game. And we're just like, we don't know how to put in the games. Could you help us? I mean, and they recruited me. I was, like, I was only, like, 3 years old, I'm gonna still say. And yet they made me ask for them to, like, come down and, like, switch the games for us. What the heck? I don't know. But and that's actually my answer to the question. I literally don't know what the first game I ever played was, because I was too young to really know. And I was an idiot. I'm a little bit less of an idiot nowadays. Intelligence level increasing! This next question is apparently, like, the secondary portion of a question that this person asked, I think, but I'm in the wrong order. Also, on an entirely unrelated note, can he try to make videos on Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare? Funny you say that, because, I mean, I was considering buying it the other day. I need to find it in the store again, because it was like, I think it was like 30 bucks. I'll buy it for 30 bucks. I might make, like, 2 videos, 1 video. Because I do have this one plan. I might as well just say it right now, even though I don't like just saying ideas and then never doing them, or just, like, doing them in, like, 2 years' time. So, I mean, that's what kind of happens, like, because I mentioned something about Super Mario 64, and I still haven't released it. But that kind of thing happens. I might do that for, like, this is the week of shooters, and I'm just gonna, like, play a bunch of shooters for, like, 1 week straight, and I'll just upload a video each day about different shooters. And, I mean, Plants vs. Zombies could be one of them. For the Garden Warfare, maybe. I don't know. It's not a very original idea, but I mean, that's why, at least for that one, that series that hasn't been done yet, it's not that bad if I don't do it for like a month or two or more. It's planned for the summer, sometime. But it's not quite as bad because it's not original. This next question, will you ever do a face reveal? Does that count as a face reveal? I don't know. What is a face reveal even supposed to mean? I'm confused. Especially since I've been on camera for a long time. Both in this video and also just in general. Comment number 23. What is your favorite co-op game for any system? This is pretty simple. I'd say Army of Two. Either that or Gears of War. Like any of the Gears of War games. But yeah, Army of Two. It's a really good game because you can buy a bunch of your items and stuff and you literally need two people to play it. Either it's you and the AI co-op partner, or it's you and somebody that you're sitting in the room with. So, you know, it's good to go like, hey, I have all the aggro on me. And then they just like stealth around and just like punch people in the back of the head with their gun. Because I don't think you can punch in that game. I don't remember. But Army of Two. Next question is, how did you start YouTube? This one, yeah, still very, very long answer. But at the same time, short answer, possibly. Essentially what it was is that back in 2011... I had an assignment in my English class in university where they're just like, hey, do a creative project, anything you want, just relate it back to this subject that we're doing right here. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video on YouTube where I commentate over top of it, and I'm gonna make a Minecraft little world and say that that's cool. And so I did that. The response, like, I got a B-, I think, in it, which is actually not too bad. And still, like, the comments I got back from it, from my teacher, still, I have to say that my teacher, instructor, I think you're supposed to say instructor, or professor, he was, like, the best guy ever. His name was Wisdom. And I mean, like, Wisdom, that's actually his name. But, yeah, I mean, he had a lot of wisdom to just have a creative project where you can do anything you want. But yeah, essentially what I was going to say is that the comments he received, like, well, that he gave back to me is just like, yeah, so the quality of the video was really bad. But, like, that's all he said and just gave me a B-. So I'm just like, yeah, well, I know that the video quality was bad, but I have nothing going here. I got this software for free. I'm using my laptop little, like, microphone thing on it, and still, from that point on, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I should actually go, like, more in-depth into YouTube stuff. I made this one video that sucked, and I agreed that it sucked. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna start to try to make better quality stuff, and I'm gonna prove him wrong. Well, maybe not, but, you know, that's one of the... That is, well, the reason still I started up YouTube. Is just because of that one assignment, and I went from there. The next question is, if you could only have one Halo 4 weapon in loadouts, what would it be? And what is your favorite weapon overall? Example, fuel rod cannon. Okay, so this is actually kind of difficult because Halo is a game that, you know, you're meant to have a lot of weapons and stuff, and it's weird just having only one. So I'm just gonna say binary rifle because I love binary slayer. Binary slayer is really fun, despite that. Well, actually, you have two different weapons in that, but even just like going around like, oh, I'm gonna snipe, but then I'm not, and then stuff like that. So it works with that, other than, I guess, just a standard weapon, like a BR. Because, I mean, people already just have playlists where it's just only BRs, pretty much. And, I mean, it's relatively fun. And my favorite weapon overall, it used to be the fuel rod. But now I think it's still Incineration Cannon. Because it's amazing. Comment number 27 is a very long one, yet again. Let's start off with, if a vegan eats a hamburger in a forest, and nobody's there to see it, is a vegan really a vegan? And I'd say yes, because even vegans desire the taste of meat every once in a while, so they just like go off in a place that's very secluded, and then just eat a ton of meat, and they're just like, okay, nobody saw that, I can just pretend that I'm still normal. Well, not normal, but normal in the sense of a vegan person, and yeah. Because they basically, also they get very like carnivorous when they're out in the forest, so then they just like go and eat like deer and stuff. They just go and bite right into them. Because they like turn into werewolves and stuff. Vegans are werewolves, as we all know, so watch out. and run away. And jokes aside in the question, going onward, are you Canadian? Yes. How long have you been playing video games? Well, as I sort of said earlier, since, like, I'm gonna say 1997 or 1998 or something like that, so that's like 18, 19 years? Yeah? What other games do you play besides what you upload on this and your second channel? Well, I don't actually play very many video games, surprisingly enough, because, I mean, I just play, for the most part, what I actually play on my YouTube channel. And other than that, because, I mean, I guess I played a little bit more of the Splatoon test fire thing, which I just uploaded to my second channel a while ago. So there's that. Recently, I was playing a bunch more Dark Souls 2 because I just absolutely love that game, and I want to play through it again, so I've been playing that. That's still something from the channel. I know that last summer, I played a bunch of World of Tanks. That still was something up on the channel. What's something that wasn't up on the channel? I guess mostly just like 3DS games, because Majora's Mask, I was recently playing that again, because, you know, Majora's Mask 3D came out, and I'm just like, Majora's Mask, oh man! So I just had to play that. Then there was also, on the 3DS, Fire Emblem Awakening, because that is an amazing game, and I needed to play it, and it is still pretty good. I love it. I haven't finished it yet, and I need to, but it's a good game. Pretty good. And I guess now that I think about it, there were like a couple other things that I was playing on Wii U without recording a while ago. There was Donkey Kong Country, because it was just recently released on the Virtual Console, so I'm just like, oh yeah, Donkey Kong Country, the original. I don't actually own that. I have Donkey Kong Country 2, like Diddy's Conquest. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I own on Super Nintendo. And also I was recently playing like Super Mario Kart, A Link to the Past, because I need to finish that, because I never really did. I've played a little bit of every single Zelda game, but I haven't finished like any game up until the N64. N64 and onward, I've completed all of them, really, now. Other than, I don't count the handhelds for the most part. Or, like, at all. Other than A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between Worlds is the only handheld, other than Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, which they don't really count because they weren't handhelds to begin with, but A Link Between Worlds is, like, the only handheld Zelda game that I really count as being, like, important. But yeah, I've just recently trying to do A Link to the Past, so at some point I'll finish that. I like to play games at some point or other than for YouTube. Do you plan on getting The Witcher 3? I almost bought it the other day. I almost did. Getting it and playing it are two different things. I haven't played The Witcher 2 yet. I own it. I haven't played it, so I'll play The Witcher 2 and Witcher 3 at some point, probably. When Halo 5 comes out, will you be uploading in 1080p, 60 frames per second? I don't think I can actually record in 1080p for the first part. Oh, no. Stop turning off the screen. 60 FPS, I'm still having issues with that. I can upload it to my second channel. Maybe I'll have a link. Oh, I don't know why I haven't done that. I've been pointing over there because, I mean, it's the computer. But links ahoy! That I upload a few, like, Halo stuff in 60 frames per second there, but I don't want to sacrifice audio, like, mic quality for picture quality, because it just doesn't sound right, and I don't like it. And, I mean, I'm my biggest critic, and I like to have things that satisfy my needs, I guess. I mean, 60 frames per second does look beautiful, but 30 frames per second, 720 is, you know, it's good enough, I guess. And I already answered, like, the last little bit of just, like, are you in a university / how old are you? But yeah, and he just says, like, his very nice little thing of just, like, good videos, man. So yeah, thanks, man! And I partially already answered this question for number 28 of the comments. How long have you done YouTube? And that has been since 2011. December of 2011. December 7th, I believe, was the first video that I ever uploaded. Either that or December 8th. One of those 2 days. I'd have to go back and look. Comment number 30! How many hours do you sleep in a night? Well, I try, like, I think that I need at least, like, 8 to 10. That's, like, the magic number. Probably around 9 is the magic number. That doesn't really mean that I always get 9, and that's really terrible. Getting less than 8, though, that just destroys me, and it sucks. Specifically when I was, like, you know, still in the semester for doing college stuff radio. Oh man, I was getting like 6 hours of sleep a night for a long time, and I almost crashed my car multiple times in the mornings. So don't not get sleep, because it's dangerous, both to your health, other people's health, and you know, you need sleep to be able to function, and it's not good not getting sleep, as I found out. Okay, so this next question is sort of answered, but at the same time sort of not, because it's just like, what job do you have that lets you buy and play so many video games? Also, what is your favorite game on a console of all time? That's the one that I haven't answered yet. But, what I do, because still I say that like I'm doing YouTube right now, I do have ads on my videos. I've had ads since 2013 that I made a video asking like, hey, would ads be that intrusive to you guys? Can I have ads? And blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, I wanted to ask, first and foremost, everybody that's watching my channel, because, I mean, it's just kind of impolite to go, I'm going to put ads in front of your face. Bam! And, I mean, that's, what the heck, man? I don't want to watch ads or something, but everybody was very, very positive overall, and they're just like, yeah, you can put ads. And, you know, that will benefit you, blah, 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 blah. So, I get a little bit of money. I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to say how much anyway. It's not a lot, obviously, because, I mean, my channel's pretty small. I'm not like 1 million subscribers or anything like that. Those people make a lot of money, in theory. And then there's PewDiePie that makes, like, millions of dollars a year or something like that. I don't know. He makes a lot. I know that for sure. But I make enough from just, like, a couple ads here and there. Like, I paid off my college stuff. College is really cheap in Canada, by the way. It's not like the US where it's, like, $30,000 a year. I think it's, like... I think my tuition was somewhere around $2,000 per semester. I think it was pretty cheap, considering. Still, the US is crazy for tuition. But I paid off like all my tuition now, and I have a little bit of money that I'm saving up for my practicum, where I could live anywhere, and I kind of need money to live. So I'm just saving up whatever I can from ads on YouTube, and yeah. Other than that, like the money that I'm not... Some of the money that I am saving up, I do sort of spend it on video games. But all the video games that I buy, for the most part, like I don't know, I have a lot of video games. I could probably put up a picture, because I just recently took a couple more pictures of everything. I'm probably going to like cover up the entire screen so I don't know why I'm like moving all crazy. Like, but a lot of my games that I own are all like the $20 or like $10 that I bought them for, so it's a pretty cheap collection considering how much they would be if I bought them full price. So, yeah, that's... I currently don't have a job other than playing games on YouTube, and radio is going to be coming on later on. Gonna be doing something or other. Practicum. And the next portion of that question was also, what is your favorite game on any console of all time? And that is... I don't know why I always keep pointing over there. I guess that's because that's like my whiteboard. I used to put my favorite games on there. But Perfect Dark on the N64. Amazing game. Definitely the best game ever. And if you say otherwise, you just don't know what you're talking about. Because, I mean, it's great because it was a shooter. And I mean, I just loved shooters, and I still do to this day. Obviously, that's why I love Halo. But the thing about that is that like you have crazy weapons that... alien future technology and stuff, and each gun has multiple firing types. You know, you just like press a button and you're just like, oh, bam, 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 now it shoots faster, or it shoots explosives or something. Kaboom! And that's awesome. But what's the best part about it is that you can have bots for multiplayer. So, I mean, you can have up to 8 bots. So, I don't need friends. Partially because I don't have friends. I still don't. But, yeah, I don't really care. But, yeah, so... Perfect Dark. It was amazing. Comment number 32. What is your favorite game on Xbox? Now, this could actually mean, like, Xbox Original, or, like, I guess maybe Xbox in general. I don't know. But if it was on Xbox Original, that would be Star Wars Battlefront 2. If it's on Xbox 360, the highest on my list for, like, my top 5 games is... GTA 4. So, yeah, GTA 4 is my favorite on Xbox 360. Other than that, probably, like, Halo 4. But GTA 4, I played that for, like, I don't know, 400 hours, 500 hours probably by now, and my first playthrough of the game was 116 hours. It took 116 hours to play through the game once. It's mostly because it took me probably 50 hours just to get off of, like, yeah, it's like Dukes and Broker? Yeah, it is definitely Broker. That's what I'm thinking of. Broker and Dukes. It just, like, I loved that island, and I just kept messing around in it, and it took like 30 hours at least to get off of that island. And then after that, I just messed around a ton more and just didn't play the story, because, I mean, I don't do that in GTA. I like to mess around. Comment number 33, how long do you think you'll keep doing YouTube? And the easy answer to this is essentially, I'm just going to keep doing it for as long as I can when I still have enough time to do it and stuff like that, because, I mean, who knows, maybe radio will be, like, really intensive for how long things take and take up my time. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I mean, like, I don't know how much free time we'll have, and I'm just gonna keep doing YouTube as much as I can, and until maybe YouTube dies, and then maybe I'll try to move my stuff over somewhere else. I don't know, but for the most part, I'm just gonna keep doing things as long as I can, because it's fun, and I get a couple dollars here and there that I can actually, hopefully, save up to live for 4 months without getting paid before I actually do get paid, which is kind of difficult. Because, I mean, the practicum is it's an internship and you don't get paid for it, so. Radio! You don't get paid very much money even when you are in it, so. Yeah. Oh, and there's the first half of whatever this guy was asking before. This is such a bad order, but will you be playing any games on the PS3? If so, what kinds of games do you have in mind? I was actually planning, like, I have my camera plugged in right now, so I won't, like, go up and show it. But, I mean, I have my PS3 down there. I've owned it for a while, you know, I ranted that one time because somebody stole my name on PS3 on the PlayStation Network, and I'm Glaciercano _. That's my name. Just have a underscore at the end of Glaciercano. It's really depressing. But, I mean, I have probably 30 PlayStation 3 games. I haven't played any of them. And the game that I really want to play most, and I'm probably going to have like a Kano's Conundrums or something like that on it, is Demon Souls. Because, I mean, I love the Souls series, and Demon Souls. I'm probably not going to do a full playthrough of that because, I mean, me just wandering around through Demon Souls, which is supposedly the hardest of the Souls series, that would be just horrible to watch. And I mean, it would probably just, like, kill me on the inside. Like, watching it, editing it, playing it, and just like, ah! But just having a little bit of the first bit of the game, why not? I'll probably do that. Also, I mean, I own a lot of the most, like, famous PS3 games. I know that at least I want to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on my own, if nothing else. Where is that other one? Like, Infamous? I could probably play one of the Infamous games, because, I mean, I like open-world games, and Infamous sounds like it would be an amazing thing. When I first saw it, I think it was like 2008 when it came out? Or somewhere around there? I don't remember. But maybe it was closer to 2010, not 2012. But I just saw it, like, there's this guy that's just like, bah, 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 shooting electricity out of his hands. I'm just like, what? It looks amazing. So, I mean, I kind of want to play that. But other than that, like, still, I have a bunch of PS3 games. I'll probably have another, like, little thing, questionnaire video later during the summer. Just like, what game should I play? And then, like, I'll show you my big collection. I'll show you my big collection. But, yeah. And then you guys can vote. That's probably what I will do at some point. But, yeah. The only plans I have right now is still Demon Souls. The next comment, Halo 4 or GTA 5? That one's a little bit of an easy-ish question. I don't know. Maybe it's actually kind of difficult, because I do love Halo 4 a lot for, like, multiplayer. That's all I really play of it now, because, I mean, I played the campaign on Legendary, beat it, blah, blah, blah. But GTA 5, like, that is actually a really good game. If this was GTA 4 or Halo 4, I mean, it would be obvious for the answer. So, I mean, I guess this is a harder question, because GTA 4 would be #1 no matter what of Halo or GTA things. GTA 5, I don't know. Maybe GTA 5, just because, like, there's single player and multiplayer, and it, you know, I haven't beat it yet. If the ending of GTA 5 is terrible, then I'm going to say Halo 4 is my favorite of those two. Huh? Comment number 38. Have you ever thought of custom thumbnails for your videos, making them? I missed a word on that. But I have done a couple custom thumbnails before, specifically for like the best of 2013 and 2014. More video links, huh? But for the most part, I like not having thumbnails, or at least having thumbnails of the game itself, because, you know, I really don't like it when people just make random thumbnails that have nothing to do with the actual thing, or make it look like that's a thumbnail that's actually in the video, but it's not. And I'm just like, but what happened? This thing that I see in the thumbnail should happen during the video, right? And it's nice to actually have a thumbnail from the video. That's just my opinion of it. But I would consider having like custom thumbnails in the future. I'm not very good at making them, and I would need somebody else to do it. So if anybody wants to think of doing it that's actually really good or something, maybe. I still like my own just like not thumbnails of non-thumbnails though. Those are really good. I love what I have right now. The next question is, which games are your top 7? It's kind of weird to have a top 7, but I mean, I have a top 5 for sure. I have my old top 5 that might be needing a little bit of changes, but I don't know. Top 7, I'll try that too. But my original top 5 I'll go through first, which are, the number 1 is Perfect Dark on the N64. You know, I guess the re-release still works too. Number 2 is Majora's Mask. Number 3, GTA 4. Number 4, Dark Souls. Number 5, Star Wars Bounty Hunter. And, I mean, I'm considering changing things out and putting, like, number 3, where it's, like, GTA 4, I might push that down to number 4, and, like, Dark Souls would be number 5, but then I need to have Star Wars Bounty Hunter in my top 5 still, but A Link Between Worlds, that game of Legend of Zelda is amazing. It is, well, at least in terms of Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask is, of course, number 1, and then number 2 is A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between Worlds deserves to be in my top 5, but maybe I'd put that as, like, number 6 on my list, and then, like, number 7 would be Paper Mario? I don't know. Because Paper Mario and Halo 4, you know, Halo 4 I kind of want in my top 7, but Paper Mario might edge it out, because specifically the one on the N64, like the original Paper Mario. The Thousand Year Door was amazing, but I played Paper Mario on the N64 so many times, and I absolutely love it. So, I mean, it's just easy to get through. It's not that long of a game, sort of. The Thousand Year Door is longer, at least in my opinion, so yeah. Comment like number 41 is, why do you hate Call of Duty? Well, I don't exactly hate it, because I just say things a lot like that I don't really mean. Because I mean, I hate the Xbox One. I don't necessarily hate it, but I mean, I played a lot of Call of Duty over the years, and having it being every single year there's another Call of Duty game, it's just, I just need a break. I need a break from them. That's why I've not played one for like a couple of years now. Same with, like, I don't know why, but Gears of War, I almost needed a break from it. That's why, like, at the end of Gears of War 3, I still haven't played Judgment, because Judgment came out right after Gears 3, and I'm just like, well, I haven't had enough time to fully appreciate Gears 3 yet, so what the heck? And that's what happens with Call of Duty, because I haven't had the time to fully appreciate the game before, and then another one comes out. Same with Assassin's Creed, I need to give them time. I'm still buying them all, obviously, but I just need some breathing room. That's still a pretty good game, though, the Call of Duty series. It's just, I need breathing room. Comment number 43, skipping ahead stuff, sort of, at the same time, not. What game are you most excited for in 2015? Oh man, this is difficult. If it was, it's made easier. I say it's difficult every single time for all of these things, but it's made easier because the Legend of Zelda game that's for Wii U is pushed back to 2016, so that's not my most anticipated. Other than that, it would be probably Halo 5, because, I mean, that's going to be crazy and spectacular. So, Halo 5. Other than that, oh Oh man, what was that game? Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, the new game made by DICE. That's a really big one that I'm really looking forward to. I'm just gonna say all my games I'm looking forward to. Also, September, I'm pretty sure, is when Mario Maker is gonna be coming out. I'm planning, like, I want to make a ton of videos on that. Specifically, I'm just gonna go through, like, all the levels that people made, and then just go crazy. It's gonna be fun, because people are gonna make some insane levels, and why not just mess around? Huh? So other than that, then there's also Splatoon that's coming out probably before this video actually comes out. So Splatoon, that's another thing that I'm looking forward to. And Yoshi's Woolly World? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called, not Wool Woshi. Wool Yoshi. Which Yoshi? Yarn Yoshi? Yeah, I think Yarn Yoshi was what it was originally going to be called, but it's another thing that's pretty cool. And now I have a comment from Search Hunter, which is a very Search Hunter-like question. What mental issues do you have? I know you have some, but I want to know which. Well, I don't know if I should do my regular, just like, making people feel bad for asking me questions like this, because I know whenever somebody says, like, oh, are you dropped on your head as a child or as a kid or whatever, I'm just like, well, yes, because I definitely was. I think I was dropped on my head, like, 3 times before I was, like, 2? And I had, like, one of these times, I, like, had to go to the hospital, and there was, like, gravel, I think it was gravel, like, embedded into my skull, and it was, like, really bad. I'm pretty sure that was before I could even talk. But, yeah. So that's a thing. But, mental issues. So, I mean, I don't really know if I want to go into this, because, I mean, that's really depressing. Because speaking of depression. So, yeah. I try to act really happy at all times that I can, because if I don't, I go really low down. I have a lot of highs and lows as a person, and depression sucks, so talk to your doctor about depression. I don't know. That's not the way it works, is it? Going ahead to comment question 46. What is your favorite school subject in elementary school? In elementary, probably science. Yeah, I think it was science. Because, I mean, like, my favorite was science. Like, a friend of mine, his favorite was math. So we were, like, the math and science guys, and we were just like, oh, yeah. And, yeah, pretty much just science. Other than that, I guess gym class, because, I mean, I like exercise. And just, like, running around and just, like, playing sports. So, I think there's a question coming up about sports, so I'm just going to leave it with that for now. Comment 48. Skipping ahead still yet again. Because there's duplicates. Also, please put this on your 25,000 subscriber celebration video. Well, it's on there, so. The next question is, hey Kano, did you go to the Comic-Con on today? This one, I looked up the question when it was the day, and from what I found out, as far as I know, he was asking about the Detroit Comic-Con, and, I mean, no, I wasn't there or anything. I mean, the only Comic-Cons I've ever been to are in Edmonton and Calgary, because, you know, I live in Alberta, so I don't really go to the Comic-Cons that are farther out. I want to at some point. I want to go to, like, because, I mean, the San Diego Comic-Con or just, like, the New York Comic-Con, those are, like, the 2 big ones in the US. Also, I guess, like, I could go to the big one in Canada at some point. Just, like, I think the Toronto Comic-Con, I think that's a thing. And I think there's some famous people that have been there that are just, like, really awesome, that I'm just like, I want to meet you, but, you know, it's different every year. But anyway, yeah, I just want to go to more Comic-Cons in general, because they're awesome. Comment number 51, thingamabobber. Did you ever finish your castle in Minecraft Creative with Search Hunter? No. Not even close. Because where we ended on the videos for Creative is exactly where we stopped playing and never played ever again with Minecraft Creative mode. So, if you want to see more of that, go bother Search Hunter yet again, as I was saying before, and tell him to go on Xbox 360, find out a way of doing that thing, and maybe we'll do more. Go bother him. I'm a terrible person. I'm really a terrible person. Skipping ahead yet again, because there's a lot of repeats. Question, comment 55. What is your favorite TV show? This is a very easy answer, not difficult for once. Doctor Who. Actually, and then other than that, Mythbusters, but Doctor Who #1, because I absolutely love it. I own every episode of series like that started in 2005 and onward and, you know, started up. I own all of those on Blu-ray, and, well, other than I guess I don't have the Christmas special for Series 8, but I just absolutely love Doctor Who. I started watching it still when it came out again in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston, and like I watched the first episode because like my sister was watching it on TV. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll see what she's doing. And then like I'm just like, whoa, this is actually a pretty cool show, and I'm just gonna keep watching it week after week. And then David Tennant was there, and then like David Tennant was when I just like really got into it very, very much. So I'm just like, Doctor Who, best thing ever. So that's my favorite TV show. Other than that, Mythbusters. Mythbusters is still so good. I love it. Anyway, I think that's like all the comments. Man, my hand is sweaty or something. It's running out, man. That's like everything for the comments in this section and so on. I think this was a pretty successful video. I don't know if it's going to be an hour. It might be. I don't know. It's a very long recording that I have, but I'm cutting out a lot. So I just want to say once again, thank you to everybody that is subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, you can do so. I'll have a button thing here too. I'm just so professional. And yeah. Keep doing what you do is watching the videos, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing of making the videos. It's a pretty good system, I think. You know, I make them, you watch them. Sorry if I didn't actually get to one of your comments. I'm pretty sure I got them all, but I know that one person was deleted. Oh, because they deleted their comment. The question was, you know who you are. You know who you are that deleted your own comment. It was actually a question of, why is the sky blue? And that's because of the Rayleigh effect. Meteorology. Go take some classes, I don't know. But yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. The Rayleigh effect, and you need to know it because of Halo. In Halo, they talk about it. Cortana, before she dies. Spoilers! If you haven't played Halo 4 for some reason. So yeah, and I know that there was a couple comments that were like marked for spam and like, yeah, deleted, I don't know. So I mean, I might not have seen them, but for the most part, I think I should have got everybody in that list. That is pretty much it for now, and I'll see you next time for everything else. So yes, goodbye for now. That was a very spectacular ending.